All right. What's going on, folks? Welcome back to the FF Faceoff. This is a fantasy football podcast where today we're coming at you with an early best ball draft. We know the NFL draft needs to kick off, but we're going to have some fun here. Little $3 stake, nothing crazy, but we'll do a best ball draft here. Dog is on cue, barking in the background. This is why we love him. But yeah, so we're going to do a best ball draft here. And we'll give you some of our perspective, at least as far as some of the free agency has landed so far, what we think of it, how we're drafting because of it, and we'll go from there. My name is Michael Hoff. You can follow me on X at the FF Realist. I'm joined by the ever handsome, ever adorable, but sometimes frustrated Anthony Servino. He can be followed the real NFL guru. And Anthony, apparently you and I both have dog issues.
Yeah. It never ends. I got the puppy, right? 15 weeks old. He doesn't like to go to the bathroom outside. He's scared of the outside. He's a dog. He's somehow scared of birds and bunnies. Like, what are we doing here?
And he doesn't like
Roman was never like that. Roman was never like Roman. Jacob makes Roman seem like, and Roman was the perfect dog, but man, and I love Jakey. He's a prick.
Roman, God rest his soul, is still the official mascot of the FFA.
Yeah, well, we got to include Jacob here, too.
Well, he's got to earn his stripes. He's got to go to the bathroom outside. Yeah. Once he does that, then we'll talk. Yeah. But all right. All right. So we will talk
he's
about
pissed in my office a few times.
He's pissed. Okay. All right. Well, really quick, because what would an FF Face-Off podcast be with the OG team in here without a completely irrelevant question from ATL, our resident troll? And he says, Anthony, question, and I saw a twinkle in your
eye. Earthquake.
It was okay.
Earthquake. Not even a question. Earthquake.
Any bonus?
And I like Typhoon. But earthquake.
Any bonus points for Typhoon being the Shockmaster?
No. But tugboat, maybe tugboat.
Okay. Of course you would venture that. Of course, naturally. All right, cool. Well, guys, you can send any insightful information that you have into the chat, along with questions like that. So there you go. All right, so we're gonna get into this draft here, Anthony. We are doing this on Drafters because shout out to New York State. I could no longer do best ball drafts on Underdog Fantasy. So shout out Kathy Hochul and everybody else who's nickeling and diming, and there's an earthquake there.
There's the quake right there. There's a guy.
And right under there, that's me when they shut down Underdog in New York State. So shout out to Kathy Hochul and company. Appreciate that. But all right, so we are going to do this best ball draft. Again, if you guys have any questions as we go along, we will answer them. Anything about our draft picks, we'll give you some insight. But Anthony, are you ready to join?
Yes.
Okay.
We need the DX Are You Ready sound drop or the Triple H Are You Ready sound drop.
I can get that right after this show.
For these moments.
Right after this show, I can get that, and I will email to you.
And we're doing a slow draft, right? I'm joking. I'm obviously joking.
Yeah. Yes, thank you. Don't make me think. Yeah, we're doing a fast draft. If you are watching on the YouTube, which, by the way, we'll jump in quick and say, if you search FF Faceoff, you can follow us along on YouTube. You can like, you can subscribe. And for example, this draft in particular, and we're going to do a lot of these between now and when toe meets ball for the 2025 NFL season, we're going to display it on the screen. Our draft as it goes, the teams around us, who they're picking, so on and so forth. So it is beneficial. So like and subscribe. And also, last but not least, fffaceoff.com for all of your fantasy football, NFL sports betting needs. A lot of NFL draft content on there from Zach Petra, who does it better than most. Got a lot of rookie profiles on there. So if you want to get to know some of these rookies that you may call home to your favorite NFL team, they're there. So there you go. Anthony, I think I've said enough.
Yeah, let's sign in.
We got ATL saying, what is the scoring roster format for this best ball? Does it say it there, Anthony, on yours? on the screen, which again is a PSA as to why you should be subscribed, maybe under rules.
32nd pick, 12-team PPR.
Okay, PPR. There you go. All right. So yeah. All right. So I am ready to join. I just clicked $3. I didn't click join yet, but I clicked $3.
I mean, it looks like there's only 2 people in the room, so hopefully this thing fills.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna click the join fast draft. If I don't murder my dog, in 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, we need. Who knows if this is how this is gonna go.
Yeah. Your draft will begin when 8 more people join.
I'm gonna look at even the $10 one. There's only 1 person in the room. We probably should have thought this one out better.
No shit.
Because we are used to underdog, which fills up rather quickly.
Yeah, well, I'm not allowed to do that anymore. Again. Fucking Kathy Hochul. She's the worst. All right. Let's do this. Anthony, I know we've jumped around. I know we did a show. We've talked a bit, but some of these free agency moves, where do we think Aaron Rodgers is going at this point? I love that he's taking this long. It pisses people off that much more. Is he destined for Pittsburgh or destined for Minnesota?
Minnesota.
Okay.
I think it is in Aaron Rodgers' best interest to go to the Vikings. I think they're better equipped to go win a Super Bowl right now. And we talked about it, I think, on the last show. The path is a lot clearer to a Super Bowl appearance in the NFC versus the AFC.
Sure.
I mean, look at the quarterbacks. Look at the offensive firepower you have in the AFC. And in the NFC, you got Philly. The Rams are going to be good, right? But can Matthew Stafford stay healthy? What are the Lions going to be? They lost all of their assistant coaches.
Coordinators, assistant coaches. That's not easy.
Jaden Daniels and Commanders, do they take a step forward or does he regress a little bit? Because I think that is within the range of outcomes like we saw from C.J. Stroud.
Yeah.
Remember how everybody thought C.J. Stroud was going to be this awesome quarterback, an awesome fantasy pick, and they brought in Stephon Diggs, and I was on the other side of C.J. Stroud. I'm not saying the same thing's going to happen with the Commanders because the Commanders did a good job bringing in guys like Tunsil and Debo, but I don't think it's just, hey, it's a lock that we're going to see Jaden Daniels take another leap forward because all of a sudden you've been in the league a year and all the defensive coordinators, they now have a full season of tape on you.
Right.
So I think we need to look at every range of outcome, which is why you got AFC, you got Herbert, Mahomes, Allen, Burrow, and that offense is going to be insane again. If I'm Aaron Rodgers, and I'm looking at, and I get the NFC North is tough, I probably want to play the NFC North over the AFC North. I don't think it's a push. I would give the slight edge because you got to face teams like Baltimore, and you got to face teams like you're going to be on Pittsburgh, but Cincy. And what if the Browns go get Kirk Cousins? I think that is within that range of outcomes as well.
Sure. 2 things. One, Pete is asking you to zoom in on the screen.
Well, right now, what do you want me to zoom in on? We don't have a draft.
Well, this is the other point I'm going to get to. Pete said, "Tell Anthony to stop fucking around and pick in our startup league." Now, no. I'm gonna throw something out here because I remember when this draft started. Listen, I'll say this. This draft started on Friday at noon, and we are already in round 21. That's going through a weekend, and that's going through St. Patrick's Day, which some people are usually, pretty busy on. And Pete, before the draft started, was one of those, hey, let's be respectful. Remember, people got to work, and they got to do this, and they got to do that. All of a sudden today, some guy doesn't pick for 2.5 hours, and it's a fucking riot with Pete involved. It's like, hurry up, make your pick, hurry up.
The season starts in 5 months. We got to hurry up.
I think we're gonna be okay. I think we're gonna make the draft. And, Anthony, I would say maybe just don't fucking pick till the end of the draft just to make them worry more. Like, wait till the end of this show.
No.
Whatever. I should.
I didn't know I was on the clock this long.
Oh, well, they're very upset with you.
Well, even though ATL can take 9 million hours to pick.
Well, I think what also happened here is I think Pete sped up the clock because he went from being let everybody take their time to, hurry the fuck up. Now he says, I'm keeping the peace. You're not keeping the peace, you tyrant. Join us on the show. Walk me through how you're keeping the peace and you're heckling people to make their pick and shortening the clock. Walk me through that one. ATL took 5 hours to pick the Commanders' defense. Man, Pete, Jesus. Oof. Someone's stressed about the wedding. Feel free to pop on and answer.
I don't even know what to do right now.
He's at the gym right now. He's on the treadmill. He's doing the old Chuck Norris thing. Yeah, and ATL had work on a doctor's appointment. When does this draft fucking start on Drafters?
I mean, there's 7 people in now, so...
There's 7 people. All right, where is this where I can even fucking see it?
When you go and hit the join button...
I did that already, yeah.
And you can go do that again for like a second draft, but it won't take your money or anything. You can see how many people, which I like because Underdog doesn't do that. This will actually tell you, hey, this is how many people are in the room right now, which Underdog does not do.
Well, view league, view draft. I'm waiting. What's up, fellas? What's up? What's up, Albert? How you doing? It's nice to see a friendly face, not somebody being rude and yelling at people to make their picks. It's nice. I appreciate that. I might wait. I might wait till the clock hits 0 now, just to set a point here, because I don't like the precedence that's being set.
I just took Taysom Hill. Why not?
Yeah, because you were forced to. It's a shitty pick, man.
No, it's not. It's not a shitty pick because he has tight end designation in this league.
Oh, good
and
for you.
Maybe he goes to Denver.
For context, because maybe this draft will be brought up throughout the show, it is a tight end premium league. So it's also one of those drafts where you have to pick a kicker, and that counts for where you slot in to the rookie draft. So with that, I will now say, Anthony, how many rookie picks do you have heading into this rookie draft?
One.
Oh, you have one.
One.
Oh, I thought you had none.
No, I took the 212 because if I didn't get something in the second, I probably wasn't taking nothing. I did one.
I got 3, and that's it for me. I'm not taking any more. That's it. I got 3.
And we are at 9, folks. 9.
I still don't know how the hell to get into that room now. I joined the league. They took my money. I just don't know. God, I fucking hate drafters. Fuck you, Hokel. I said that. That happened. Let me see this. Yep. Drafting upcoming. There it is. Okay.
So we have 9 people in the room. 9.
Very, very 9. Good picture too. That's very good. Oh God, help me. All right. Anyway, Anthony, how was your St. Patrick's Day?
Good, sober.
What's that like?
Like every other day.
Oh, okay. Cool. Pete says, Anthony, did you lift today? And by the way, he said 8. Oh, but Anthony lifted today, and Pete is now saving face by saying, ATL, it's fine, man. I'm just kidding. Yeah. You weren't kidding a few hours ago.
ATL is literally going to wait 3 days to pick now.
He's going to, and that's the thing. That's the thing.
And if you auto pick him, he'll want his money back.
That's the thing with ATL. That's the thing with ATL. I was like, these people are barking up the wrong tree. That guy's going to wait till there's like 10 minutes.
I'm trying. I didn't even care. I was trying to egg him on, busting his balls in there. I'm trying to get him to.
I tried to defend him, but I know him.
He will literally wait until the clock is at 5 seconds left.
That fucker, this next pick that fucker has, he's taking it to the limit. And Pete says no refunds. Well, all right, you're just playing into ATL's hand. He doesn't care about refunds. He'll just wait the last possible second to make a pick. I'm telling you, that guy do not poke.
How many times has he been thrown out off of Twitter?
Oh my God, ATL's got about 5 different Twitter accounts. I blocked his number for almost a year. So yeah,
I couldn't do that thing.
I did it. That happened. But yeah.
And how did you rectify the situation?
One day I just unblocked his number and shot him a text. And it was like we picked up like nothing ever happened.
Yeah.
Like it was just like, hey man, what's up? And he's like, not much. What do you want to do? Yeah, it was cool. It was chill. All right. Is this draft fucking starting yet? God damn it.
We're at 9 of 12.
This is awesome. This is great.
We're at 10. Content. 10.
All right. Well, I still would like to find out how the hell I get into this draft with my goddamn iPad. Where are we at here? All right. We're just going to see where the draft opens and, yeah.
But, yeah, this has been a very actionable fantasy football draft show.
I am currently, the one I'm in now, mine says it's, wait, I picked a fast one. I can't stand this. They took my $3. See, and ATL just changed his team name to the Limit. So, there you go. You boys pushed him in that corner.
Wait, did our draft start yet?
I don't know, man. I can't. This is the beauty of drafters.
Wait, what?
This is a nightmare.
What the fuck? What is going on?
This podcast is brought to you by Kathy Hochul.
Are you even in anything right now?
I'm in something. That's what she said, or he said.
It says draft will begin when you join.
Well, they took my $3, so it's somewhere.
Now they took my... Okay, so I'm done.
Let me see this, actually. Do you have a funny name on here, or is it your regular name?
It's my regular name.
Yep. Entrance. Let's see this. Yep. I don't know. This is great content. Let me see. Lobby. There we go.
Wait, well, it says 11 to 12.
Okay.
One more. We hope we're in the same draft.
Oh my God. Entrance in this one. Let me see. It gives me every single name that's in the goddamn contest. Drafters, get your shit together. All right. Well, this is going to be a shit show. I look forward to it. It's going to be fun. And ATL joined the fast draft. Well, ATL, who knows which draft you joined, buddy? Who knows?
I mean, this is probably the only one since it's so slow to fill.
And
probably it.
And Pete says NC2FLA is the one that keeps chirping at ATL. Dude, I have screenshots of the chat. I'm talking about it. Pete says talk about anything. I'm talking about you being a fucking tyrant, telling people to hurry up when they have a 10-hour, 12-hour clock. That's what I'm talking about. You want to talk about it? No? You want to talk about it? Anyway, I did see what I thought was kind of amusing was Deebo Samuel decided to wear number 1 for the Washington Commanders, say that was announced. And a lot of commanders talk to me about the NFL. All right, Pete, just shut up. How's that sound? Or come on the show.
What's going on about Deebo?
So a lot of Commanders fans, which I thought was kind of funny, he decided to wear number 1. And all the Commander fans were like, no. We want number 19 Debo, not number 1. To which I'd say to Commanders fans, don't panic. I got a feeling that boy's got something to prove this year. You're going to be just fine. So I wouldn't worry about it. Yeah. I'm curious to see how they use him in that offense. But, I mean, I'm sure Cliff Kingsbury's got some kind of RPOs lined up for him. But, yeah, don't worry about if he's number 1 or number 19. He's got something to prove. He's going to be fine. So, there you go.
Oh, my time is draft fills. I'll be in bed.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's good.
Come on.
Do we know anybody from Drafters, by the way?
Probably.
Okay, can we talk to them about not being a shit show? Can we have that conversation? Would that be rude of us to bring up?
I actually like the platform.
I do too.
But like,
I just specifically led dead air there for fun. So anyway, all right. So we'll see what happens with this draft once it starts. I still don't know, Anthony, Drafters is still legal by you? Not Drafters. Underdog.
Yeah, of course,
you're still okay?
Of course, yeah.
It's gonna make for an eventful off season because I'm not gonna be able to play with all you guys. So that's gonna be fun.
Come here, do Drafters, do Draft Kings.
I would love to do Drafters if I knew when the hell the draft would start.
We're starting.
It says that we're starting. All right. Thank God. All right, here we go.
Are we in here?
We got Big Draft Energies in mine. Are you just Anthony?
No, I'm the real NFL guru. I'm picking next to you.
Where are you? Oh, there you are. There you are, sweetheart. All right, there you go. So our best ball draft will start shortly. So, we got Big Disco Energy, who we know. We've of course got a resident troll ATL. He is in here. He will probably now, just because we brought this up, he's probably going to take it till the last second for fun. I would just say if you could, ATL. Yeah, he is. Pete's asking to like the show. One like over the show. Shake my head. Jeez, maybe you know what, Pete? Maybe from now on, maybe you should just do every single show, and they'll get 30 million likes. Maybe we could do that. Yeah. There you go. So, right, Anthony?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. All right. So
I'm
let's
having a
do
good
this.
time. At least
I'm having a good time. Getting heckled by one person. But yeah, I'm having a good time. But yeah, we'll get into this show. So, all right. So the draft is starting shortly. I mean, all right. So we always talk about this, Anthony, and I'm kind of and I'll put it to you this way: I'm kind of curious because you always had this philosophy. Whenever you would do a draft, you would always wait on tight end. Last year was a rarity where you didn't wait on tight end, and that's not to say that you went, top end. It's not to say you went filet mignon, but you went against the grain. How do you assess that going into this year? Because some people sometimes will change their draft strategy, and there's a takeaway from it. A positive one or a negative one? What's your takeaway from drafting tight end? Are you back to where you were?
Yeah. I mean, obviously last year, I had a lot of Kelsey. I thought he was going to be a big time value, and that obviously blew up my face. Now, I mean, could things have been different if Hollywood Brown and Rashee Rice never got hurt? Possibly. But the way that offense turned out was nothing like I thought it would be. And a lot of that crippled my fantasy teams was that those Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes stacks.
All right. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I have Travis Kelce. I picked him up in this dynasty league that we keep talking about. He's my second tight end. I figured 1 year rental for a top 10 tight end. I'll take it. But yeah, in best ball, I don't know if I'm taking Kelce this year, or he's got to be at a right price. So, For context purposes for the show, for those if you're still listening on podcast format, we appreciate the hell out of you. Anthony is picking 11th. I'm picking 12th in this best ball draft. So chances are him and I will snipe one another, curse each other out in the show. That should be a good time. Right now, we are on pick 9. And I'll tell you right now, we had Jamar Chase going number 1, Saquon Barkley, Justin Jefferson, Bijan Robinson, Puka Nacua, Jahmyr Gibbs, Malik Neighbors, and CD Lamb. This is a PPR league, so that makes sense. Amon-Ra St. Brown just went off the board because Anthony, not you, Anthony, but another Anthony. We'll call him another Anthony for the sake of the show. He did not pick in time, so he got Amon-Ra St. Brown. Next pick was Brian Thomas Jr. Now you're up, buddy.
Look at this ADP right now with Ashton Genty projected as a first-round pick.
That's what I'm saying. And I'll tell you this, and we kind of talked about this off air. I don't mind doing a best ball draft if it's like $3. But if you want to get into those high stakes ones like the FFPC, I would say to wait till the NFL draft is done. Anthony, you went ahead and took Mr. Nico Collins. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, I mean, I have Nico in the back of the first round in my fantasy rankings. When he's healthy, Nico Collins is absolutely electric. And I think, there's a gamble here because he has missed time every single year. But if we get that version of Nico Collins that we see, I think he can go ballistic this year. I think his upside is, he's a top 5 to 3 wide receiver. I think if healthy, we could see a Justin Jefferson-like season from him.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's see. I mean, it'd be nice. I went ahead and I took, because I'm at 12, so I'm at the turn. I took Derrick Henry and I took A.J. Brown as my first 2 picks. Let me see what we got here. Anthony, you are on the clock. When you're done on the clock, ATL has a question for you. Jerry says, hi, all. Hey, Jerry.
I'm going my guy Achan here, by the way. Very on-brand start between Nico and Achan. I actually had this stack in multiple FFPC leagues last year.
Which I'll just say before ATL mentions it, and he's got every right to do so. My biggest miss of last year, which, Anthony, I'm actually curious, what's your biggest miss of last year? Because, listen, a lot of these podcasts, okay, Brock Bowers is yours. Okay. Mine was Devon Achane. I didn't think he would stay healthy for a full year. I didn't think he would get the targets he got. So that was an egg on my face spot.
He was getting Kamara targets. If you look at the games that he played with Tua, he was upwards of 7 targets a game.
He was right behind Kamara in terms of targets.
And we're seeing Bowers, by the way, who just brought up, go in the middle of the second. In the FFPC, which is tight end premium, he's a locked and loaded. He might be a top 5 pick locked and loaded.
In a tight end premium, right?
Yeah. You're saying, even let me tell you something. I don't think it's going to be a shocker if we see Brock Bowers creep into the that where you took Henry in the back of the first. Like I contemplated Bowers at 11 and 14.
I contemplated taking him at the turn there after Derrick Henry. So you're not wrong.
And for what it's worth, if I had to do it all over, I would still full fade Brock Bowers because of how down I was on the Raiders in that situation. Brock Bowers just, because how many times have you hear generational, this guy's different? That's used a lot. And I didn't feel like I was going to bite on that this year because it's not like when Laporta popped in his rookie year. He had such a great offense around him. Like, this is the Raiders. This is Minshew. This is O'Connell. Like, no way am I going to spend – and it blew up in my face, but I don't think my analysis was wrong. I don't think my thought process was wrong on that.
I guess not. I was on the other end of it, so, I get it. It makes sense why you said what you said.
I full faded Devontae Adams, and I said the only thing that can save his season was being traded, and it did. But
it did.
Dead on right about Devontae Adams in that offense.
Finished as the top 12 wide receiver for the year. Actually, the New York Jets were the only team in the NFL to have 2 wide receivers finish inside the top 12 in PPR formats. So there you go. ATL is asking a very important question, though. Anthony, who do you like more, Hollywood Brown or Hollywood Hogan? I mean, it's got to be Hollywood Hogan, right?
I mean, I like Hollywood Brown a lot, but always the Hulkster.
Well, not the Hulkster, Hollywood Hogan.
He was still Hollywood Hulk Hogan.
No. Yeah, no, the Hulkster's a fucking tool bag. Hollywood Hogan's a good guy. I like to hang out with that guy. All right, so here we go. The draft is moving on.
I wonder if that. I mean, I had a cool follow today from somebody who covers wrestling. A pretty big account. I wonder if he followed me because he likes fantasy football, or did he follow me because I bashed the John Cena heel turn?
Maybe both.
Because a lot of people gave me shit about that. I think John Cena tried way too hard.
That he did. I would agree. I got to watch it after I got home from the pub in the city. I got to put on a Raw, and I would agree.
Man, if you sent me those pictures of the bagpipers, I was literally watching bagpipe, like police pipers all morning from Boston, Philly, and New York. I love the bagpipes.
I got to walk in the St. Patrick's Day parade,
awesome.
which is a very cool bucket list thing. Very happy to do so. Anthony, you are up in 5 seconds. Shout out to the Port Authority Police and shout out to the Marty Lyons Foundation for making that all happen. Very cool stuff. So, Anthony, you're on the clock. You got Nico Collins, Devon A-Chain coming up. And you've got a pick, then I got 2, and then you jump in for another, my brother. Pete did say Hollywood Brown is a massive buy for me next year. Discount will be massive after last year. That's fair. Did have the injury for a while.
I tell you what, these tight ends, nope, no thank you. The next tight end I am considering is Mark Andrews.
Yeah.
I mean, unless some of these guys fall. Ooh, even these wide receivers are already. What a world we live in where Chris Olave and Jalen Waddle, locked and loaded second, maybe third round picks. They're not even in this ADP.
Well,
way off.
Oh, you're saying their ADP is way off.
Yeah.
I'm Chris Olave and Anthony, you're on the clock.
I know.
No, I'm just letting you know. Chris Olave does have to be unfortunately handled with some sort of kid gloves because of the concussions. It's rather alarming. But yeah, so all right, Anthony, did you get that pick in on time? Or
yeah, I took Xavier Worthy. I was contemplating Rice, and the only reason why I didn't tap the button on Rice because of suspension that is probably coming, and I think both Rice and Worthy they probably could have some similar upside.
So all right, so we'll get to a question in 1 second there. The captain wants to make it happen and wants us to answer a question. Anthony, your picks again, you're the 11th pick in the round. Nico Collins, Devon A-Chan, Chase Brown, and Xavier Worthy. Mine are Derrick Henry, AJ Brown, Devontae Adams, and then I decided to take the first quarterback and go with Lamar. Double my pleasure, double my fun with the Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson stack. And I think Devontae Adams is going to have some boom games in that offense with the Rams. So much to the dismay of my 49er fandom.
I do agree, and I think where there is some, I don't think I'm taking Adams that high.
Yeah.
But I do think there is some untapped, because I get Puka played all his games in his rookie year, but he was banged up in some of those games. He obviously missed time last year. Puka Nacua misses time this year. So Devontae Adams, we know, can handle 14 targets a game.
So let's do this. Here's a couple of wide receivers that went off the board after Devontae Adams. And you tell me, I'll mention the name and you say you take him over Devontae or not. You just say yes or no. Yes meaning you would, no meaning you would not. Right. After I took Devontae Adams, DK Metcalf. Actually, no, DK went off the board after. So you took, we'll do Xavier Worthy.
I would take Xavier Worthy over DA.
I would disagree. Tate Millen, who is coming out of college, but
right now probably Devontae Adams, because I don't know the landing spot. You know how I feel when I don't know rookie landing spots,
which is why we don't do high stakes right now. So after that, we've got Devonta Smith.
DA. Wow. So I
Jameis.
probably just, I mean, after all these guys, Devontae Adams. The thing is, I'm not willing to take him that high.
That's fine.
I'd have to have him fall to the 4th.
Okay. We did see a run on quarterbacks here after I went and took Lamar Jackson in the 4th round here.
It's amateur
we did see Josh Allen, Jaden Daniels, Jalen Hurts, and Joe Burrow go. You said amateur move?
Amateur hour to see that quarterback run in the 4th round.
I
Not saying you, but you know, like, come on.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I wanted to get in there. Oh, I was intrigued to get the quarterback since I already have the running back for the Baltimore Ravens. Captain Joking says, Raiders fan here. Who would you rather have in real life? T-Mac, and I assume he means a rookie. Tate McMillan, I assume that's what he means. And Quincy Jokins or Genty and Jaden Higgins. If BTJ was on this year's draft and T-Mac was there too, who would you choose? Well, to the back end of that question, I mean, I'd say Brian Thomas, but it's only because I saw Brian Thomas do it in the NFL. But I get the point you're making. It could be close based on potential. But Anthony, you got anything on all that?
I'm up first, so let me do my pick.
Oh, you are. All right. Well, jeez. Don't get scared now.
So what I think I'm going to do here, I'm going to gamble. And I'm going to gamble in a round 5 Chris Olave, because if anybody knows me and how I draft, when players get cheaper, right? Olave, perennial 2nd round pick. All of a sudden, I can get him in round 5. He still has Derek Carr, serviceable quarterback. We saw him pop when healthy last year. And now Kellen Moore, who is a very bright young OC, now a head coach. Like, I'm very much willing to pay a 5th round price tag on Chris Olave, where in the past I would never touch him in the 5th round. So price should always change your mind on a player.
Sure.
At least that's my opinion.
No, I think you walk into these drafts having an opinion on a player, and that's fine. You're allowed to, but I think the big thing, and Anthony's kind of alluding to it in a way, I'll just expand it into that, is just your opinion is allowed to change once a price point becomes a factor. Like, you're allowed to have an opinion based on stats, but or team tendency. But once you get into a physical draft and you start talking about draft costs, your philosophy on said player may change. Now, Anthony, before you talk about why you got all hot and bothered there for a hot second,
I want to say another positive.
All right.
Drafting on drafters, because underdog, if you want to display the board, you have to open up a second window. Look at this. If you could see my screen, I'm hitting the plus. So you're revealing the board as you go, and I can still see the players I want to pick. This is an awesome feature.
Sure. That's an awesome feature. Was an awesome feature when I felt like I was in Bird Box when I couldn't fucking see what the hell was happening.
I don't even know what Bird Box is. Is that a video store?
Of course, yes, it's a video store, Anthony. Yes, sure. Google it when we're done with the show. Let me know when you find it.
All right.
Anyway, so again, picking from the 12th spot, again, my draft so far, Derrick Henry, AJ Brown, Devontae Adams, Lamar Jackson, Alvin Kamara, because this is PPR, and then Chris Godwin. And I took Chris Godwin. I know there's, how will he bounce back from the injury? But everything we saw, I touted all last offseason. If they use him in the slot, he's going to be great. And he was great up until he got hurt. So I will pick him to be my 3rd wide receiver in this offense. And I'll feel pretty good about it. Again, we have to see how the offensive coordinator does there in Tampa Bay, but we said the same thing last year. And now that offensive coordinator is now the head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars. So clearly he did something right, and they're promoting from within, I believe. I'm more than positive. So, so it should bode well, hopefully, for the offense there.
Now, Yeah, one thing to keep in mind here, because I was one of those initially worried about Liam Cohen
So was
leaving,
I. So was
but
I.
they promoted Josh Grizzard, who was the passing game coordinator in Tampa Bay under Liam Cohen. So it's going to be similar philosophies.
Again, the year prior to this past year, Chris Godwin, his snaps in the slot dropped dramatically. That was under Dave Canales. And you saw the stats were bad. They were not good. There was it was a low year for Chris Godwin. And I had said, you put him back in the slot, he's going to be fine. I don't have the percentage in front of me, but the amount of routes he was running out of the slot to start the year last year was right back to the norm, right back to where Chris Godwin needs to be productive. So if that happens again, he's going to be just fine. So I will take him as my third wide receiver. Anthony, you did draft again, just to help people out here. We're doing a best ball draft. Anthony's picking 11th. I'm picking 12th. Anthony, you took Nico Collins, Devon Achane, Chase Brown, not Chris Brown, the singer. You took Chase Brown. Good for you. Xavier Worthy, Chris Olave, and then Najee Harris. Now, you did a little bit of a happy chuckle when you took Najee Harris. You want to walk us through that?
Yeah, I'm so in, and I've always been a Najee guy. And I get why people are out on Najee. If you go look at the metrics, the stack front rate, like when Najee was on the field, they know ball's going to him. They're probably going to run it. He faced stack boxes. I think top 5, maybe even top 3 in that category. Now he's going to go to a power running game with the Greg Roman system and a Chargers offensive line. I think they spent 3 years worth of first round draft picks to upgrade that line. We saw that line produce J.K. Dobbins, who people left for dead. People are leaving Najee Harris for dead, who I believe is a superior pass catcher. And he's a legitimate 3-down back. I think he's a lock for over 300 touches, and I think Najee's going to have his best year since his rookie year this year. 6th-round pick, one of the best values in fantasy football in that offense.
I loved Najee Harris. I mean, you talk about, the hell was it? He's had 1,000 yards in all 4 of his seasons. And, you talked about that rookie year. Those first 2 years, he was utilizing the passing game quite a bit and proved to be productive. And by the way, when he wasn't getting targets in the 2 years after, it wasn't because, say, he all of a sudden wasn't catching the targets. He still always had a good catch rate. He just wasn't getting the targets. So, yeah, you put him in an offense now. This is why I loved him potentially going in. And I am coming up on the clock here.
3, 2, 1.
There you go. That's the guy I wanted anyway. All right, I'll get.
You got to put when we're on these shows. You got to put people in your queue.
Listen, don't tell me what to do.
Or just get auto picked.
Listen, you've gotten auto picked way more than I have in our career here. So
I know.
Fuck. You know what? Ugh. Nah, I'm doing that. There you go. All right. I'm going to beef up running back here. Then I'll jump back in. Now I'm not going to draft running back for the longest goddamn time. So I will just say my last 2 picks, and again, we'll rifle through these teams later. I did go running back here. I took Tyrone Tracy. We saw what he did in that offense with the Giants. Again, by the way, you look back at the Giants last year, the Giants had one of their worst seasons ever in their 100-year history. But if you look at their draft class, it really wasn't that bad. Tyrone Tracy was one of the guys at the forefront of that. So I took Tyrone Tracy here, and then I took Ramondre Stevenson. So that's now my 4th running back. I'm going to wait on running back for a while in terms of how I value best ball. But Anthony, what do you got?
I think Joe Shane, the reason why he even still has a job is because of I think he drafts well.
That draft class was good, man.
I mean, even somebody from a few years ago, Jalen Hyatt, I think we haven't seen the best out of Jalen Hyatt yet. I think he's a really good wide receiver in a really bad situation.
Yeah.
But, last year's draft class, Tracy, Theo Johnson.
The defensive side, too.
Yeah. I'm trying to think who were some of the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
They added to the secondary there. Nubin was one.
Yeah.
They had made some picks there. So
Drew Phillips.
And breaking irrelevant news, the Packers are signing Mecole Hardman.
Oh, all right.
That moves no needles for me.
I tell you what, this is another team that I pounded the drum because you know how fantasy football people are. Twitter is how good Jaden Reed and Christian Watson.
Anthony, you realize when you said you realize you are a fantasy football person, right?
I know, but I'm not. I don't think I'm one of those.
But you're not with them.
I'm not one of those. And you know, like you put up flashy fantasy numbers, look on YouTube, all of a sudden, they don't have an alpha on that team, and I think
they don't want an alpha. They don't want an alpha.
Well, and they don't want to advance past the wild card round.
So it seems to be.
I mean, I think them, you know, not pursuing DK Metcalf, maybe they did, and they didn't want to, but like Christian Watson's out, probably he's not going to play week 1.
Let's no, you're
I
right.
don't know.
You're right. Let's give a little bit of love. Big Draft Energy did join this best ball draft. Let's give him some love here at the one spot. I'm going to read off his roster. Anything you tell me what you think. Again, for those just tuning in, best ball format. Jamar Chase was his first pick. Goes 101. DJ Moore, Marvin Harrison Jr., Joe Burrow, Kenneth Walker, Kay Johnson, Jay Warren, Mark Andrews, and Mr. Caleb Williams, who could be on the bounce back in a Ben Johnson offense. Anthony, what says you of this team?
I like the team. I probably would have went running back a little sooner, maybe over Marvin Harrison Jr. You know, I like a little bit more balance on my teams, but you get the dual stack of Bengals and also Chicago, and I'm really high on Chicago. In that dynasty league we keep talking about, I took Caleb Williams in the back of the first round, DJ Moore. I'm really buying into Ben Johnson and the revamped offensive line. So I think this is a good, really good team. I just think, like, you know, Mark Andrews was somebody I was targeting probably now. And that was one of the tight ends I wanted. But, you know, I would probably try to find some running back gems, but this is a really good team.
And you are one pick away from being on the clock. At some point, we will assess our President Troll ATLs.
I feel like the fantasy football gods are have Travis Kelce in front of me, and not today, Satan.
Yeah, well,
not today, buddy.
I'm about to buy in. I'm about to buy in. You know what it is with best ball? This is why Travis Kelce actually, whatever I said earlier, this is why Travis Kelce might be okay for best ball, because as long as you have another tight end behind him, you don't have to work. Like, you get the boom week when you get it, you know? Oh, you took Christian Kirk, you son of a
I put him in my queue because I saw the time going up.
Great fucking pick. I took him in again. The oh, here we go. Obviously, relax. I took Christian Kirk in our in that dynasty league that we keep talking about. I will take Travis Kelce as my tight end in a best ball format. I will ride that wave. And if I'm gonna do this, getting another wide receiver. You know what? I'm taking my guy. He was my guy last year. He's my guy this year. I'm taking Darnell Mooney. Darnell Mooney had some decent weeks last year. Was better than people expected. Not better than I expected. I knew he would be okay. So I'm going to take Darnell Mooney here. Now, obviously, he did very well when it was Kirk Cousins. We'll see how that translates to Michael Penix. But in this spot here, he's my 11th pick of the draft, I believe. Let me see this. Yeah, right around there. Yeah, so I will take the Darnell Mooney. And Anthony, you took a quarterback. Was that on purpose?
I did. Yes. Round again in my queue. I was contemplating another player.
This one, actually, I'm kind of surprised. I'm only saying this because no. I'm only saying this because I didn't expect him to be somebody on your radar. Was what I'm trying to say. I don't know.
I mean, Kyler, when healthy, is a really productive.
It's Kyler Murray, by the way, for those listening. So, Anthony, talk to me about why. What's up?
Because he's normally a productive fantasy quarterback when healthy. I think year 2, we should see a step forward from Marvin Harrison Jr. They got McBride. This offense looked good at times last year. Kyler Murray, quarterback 12 in fantasy points per game, quarterback 10 overall, played all 17 games. I mean, for where I'm drafting him in best ball, that's fair. He's going to give me quite a few spike weeks. And I'm going to take more quarterbacks here. But I think Kyler at this value, what was he, quarterback 10, 12 off the board? I'm more than fine with that. 18.1 fantasy points per game. If we do see that step forward from Marvin Harrison Jr., we could be looking at a top 8 or better quarterback.
Anthony, what are your thoughts on J.K. Dobbins? That's coming from Jerry over on the old YouTube.
I like J.K. Dobbins. I need to see landing spot. And there's quite a few teams right now that can use a banger like J.K. Dobbins. Maybe he goes to Chicago and plays a quote-unquote David Montgomery role. We can also see that from Nick Chubb. David Montgomery. J.K. Dobbins. He could also go to Cleveland. He can go to Pittsburgh. There's quite a few teams that need that banger running back. Maybe he goes to the Raiders. I know they brought in Raheem Mostert. Alexander Madison is in Miami.
Thank God the Niners didn't bring him back. Niners Twitter would have imploded if he went back there.
J.K. Dobbins would be an upgrade over Raheem Mostert.
I would actually agree with that. I mean, I love Mostert. Thanks for the memories, but I agree. I would go Dobbins as well. I am curious for your thoughts here. We're on round 11 of a best ball draft. It's coming back our way, but Anthony, I'm kind of curious here. We haven't talked a lot about this. Oh, whoa!
I knew it. So I wanted Justin Fields. I thought it was too early to take him when I took Kyler. I'll tell you right now, seeing where Fields is going this early,
I'm
going to have to take Fields over Kyler. I'm going to have to start maybe targeting Fields in round 9.
Whoa. That's interesting.
Justin Fields, top 5 quarterback in points per game in games he started, I believe. I believe that is the stat.
Okay.
I saw establish the run, and I think I noted this stat in my notes from ETR, who I respect, one of the few other publications I respect.
Oh, wow.
Justin Fields, 8.9 points per game, rushing points provided over his last 34 starts. That is unheard of.
Okay. I still think I would. You know what? Actually, no. I would do Kyler over Justin Fields, but it's closer than I'd like to admit. One thing I want to say, we're a few picks from here. I just want to address this because
my draft is ruined right now.
Oh, can't we get with this fucking now? Golly. All right. Well, cry yourself out after I ask this question. No, never mind. You're on the clock. Go ahead. There we go.
I'm ruined.
All right, we go with this now. Let's do that. I'll get to my question.
Even fucking Evan Ingram's gone.
Well, let Anthony make a pick, and then I'll cry his eyes out. Yeah, I bet you wish you drafted Travis Kelce now, right?
Yeah, I'll figure it out. I'll go Tucker Kraft.
You're just crying your eyes out.
In best ball, I don't mind Tucker Kraft. In redraft, he doesn't see enough volume for me, but I'll take him in best ball. He reminds me of like a poor man's Kittle from a few years ago. Not a lot of volume, but he has those big spike weeks.
Here comes my unsexy picks.
Frank Gore.
I mean, future Hall of Famer Frank Gore. Anyway,
the 49ers Ring of Honor, Frank Gore.
God, fucking help me with this now.
Now, Jordan Mason is a reach. I understand that where the ADP is right now. I'm anticipating his ADP to climb up right around here, maybe higher.
He is your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's your 5th running back, so that's not a bad deal.
No, but I don't think his ADP is going to be 12th round very long. I think we're going to see that spike.
By the way, that's the other thing to monitor here as we do this show, and if you stick with us all off season long, the ADPs will change. So, but all right, Anthony, we'll read off our teams at some point, maybe after it comes back around the next round, because I am curious on this, because I've been asked this by like friends of mine actually yesterday when I was at the pub in the city on St. Patrick's Day. I was asked what my thoughts were on Travis Hunter. And Travis Hunter did go in this best ball draft. Where was he right now? He went in the 9th round. Now, my opinion on this is Travis Hunter is going to primarily be a cornerback in the NFL. I don't think any NFL team is going to draft Travis Hunter and say, okay, you're playing both sides of the ball 24/7. Let's get him. I think he's going to primarily be a cornerback, and maybe you're looking at like wide receiver packages in which they'll use Travis Hunter. Is that enough for you to want to draft Travis Hunter, especially, for example, again, I said he was just drafted in the 9th round. Are you spending that kind of draft capital, even in a best ball, on Travis Hunter?
I mean,
or do you need the landing spot, or does that not matter? And yes, ATL, we'll get to your team in a bit.
I mean, with somebody like him, it matters. But, if we're taking Travis Hunter, we're taking that gamble that we're going to get a special player who's going to play wide receiver. It's just, this is where these early best ball drafts, I think you roll the dice on a guy like him.
Sure. I mean, whatever. I don't despise it, but I'm not going to have too many shares. All right. So here we go. We're going to, it's coming back our way, but ATL, our resident troll, asked us to read off his team for your thoughts, Anthony. Probably mine too, but let's do this. Here's the team so far. Okay, you ready? He was picking from the 5 spot. He's got Puka Nacua, Jackson Smith-Njigba, Bucky Irving, Jameson Williams, Mr. Bo Nix, Sam Laporta, Aaron Jones, Josh Downs, Cam Scatterboo, Isaiah Likely, Jordan Love, and Jerome Ford, and he is up with the next pick. But Anthony, what are your thoughts there on that roster? As I read that off.
I like it.
I don't think he needed Cam Scatterboo, but
I mean, he's rolling the dice on a rookie who has some hype. I like this team a lot. There's some good value here.
I like it. Cam Scatterboo is going to be a 3rd round pick.
Yeah, but I mean, so was Bucky Irving, I think, right?
No. I meant like in this NFL draft coming up.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Oh, Bucky. Sorry.
I think Bucky Irving was either maybe a day, at the 3rd round.
No, you're right. I could fact check that.
It's a very solid team. Bucky's one of my favorite players in fantasy football this year. Like Jameson, that's the one, because again, I do worry on what happens to this Detroit offense. But again, like that 4th round is almost like a wide receiver dead zone for me.
Sure.
Or like after Worthy, I don't really love it. Even the 5th round, I don't really love it outside of Olave. Like the 2 players I liked in that round, I got.
Bucky Irving was, where are we? 4th round, Bucky Irving. But still, whatever. You're not far off. You're fine. But
and quarterbacks, man, they really dried up here. Jesus Christ.
Oh, wow, they did. Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm already going to tell you, I'm taking another quarterback. Right.
Yeah.
So I know you're picking twice. I'm going to, because Kyler, again, played all 17, has an injury history. Bryce Young, he could turn back into a pumpkin. So I will take another quarterback now. And you took the fucking one I wanted, you scumbag. Yeah. That's
love you, buddy.
Good.
Love you, buddy. I'm going to take another tight end, too. Let's go with Cole Kmet's always. So to Anthony's response here, Anthony's going to pick. I'm going to read off my team, and I'll get to the quarterback in which Anthony's going to curse me out for. My team thus far is Derrick Henry, A.J. Brown, Devontae Adams. I did take Lamar Jackson with my 4th pick. Then I went Alvin Kamara, Chris Godwin, Tyrone Tracy, Ramondre Stevenson, dipped into tight end with Travis Kelce, Darnell Mooney, Adam Thielen, dipped back into tight end again with Dallas Goedert, last 2 rounds, I went tight end one more time, which means I am not drafting another tight end, even if I'm at gunpoint. I went with Matthew Stafford at quarterback and then Cole Kmet at tight end. I like the boom weeks that Cole Kmet could have. He does that on a regular basis-ish, in a way. Anthony, you want to curse me out about Matthew Stafford? Go ahead.
Yeah, listen, I'll be real. I was not expecting the quarterback runs that we had when you took Lamar, and then we saw 4 other quarterbacks go in the 4th round.
Yep.
And then we just saw another late quarterback run when I took Kyler, 3 more off the board. So, like, we are seeing, at least in this early best ball draft that we're doing, when somebody takes a quarterback and one isn't taken for a while, there's a little bit of a run.
By the way, very important draft lesson. If you're drafting with friends or you're drafting with whomever, Anthony announced out loud, wow, I didn't think quarterbacks were going to go up like this. And all of a sudden, I looked at quarterbacks. And that prompted me to take Matthew Stafford, who Anthony wanted. Now, if Anthony never said, wow, quarterbacks are going off the board, I might not have looked.
Really?
I might have looked, but I might
one
not
quarterback.
have. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Not everybody would have looked at quarterback. I'm just trying to give a PSA when you're drafting to not always announce stuff and, not always show your hand.
Right. If this was an FFPC draft, I'm probably not even live streaming. But at $3 drafters.
All right. Well, thank you for coming down to Little People, Anthony, for our show today.
I'm just saying.
Thank you. Very, very good. Thank you. We appreciate you.
Would you live stream an FFPC draft?
Yeah. I just wouldn't. If I'm in an FFPC draft with you, and if I have an agenda, and if I see an opening, I'm not going to fucking announce it live on air. No. I'll say it after the fact. That's it. Yeah. Shake your head at me.
Maybe you trade me Matthew Stafford? Even though there's no trades in this.
Can I trade you Matthew Stafford on drafters? Considering that I didn't even know how to get into the draft room, I don't think that's.
You can't really trade on this, by the way.
I'm aware of that. No. All right. For those listening for the first time doing best ball drafts, you can't actually trade picks. There you go. Jeez. Sorry, Anthony. Didn't want to upset you there. But, Anthony, you did end up, but let's just say this. You got a few picks away. You did end up with 3 QBs. You got Kyler Murray. You did take Bryce Young, who I like. Week 12 on was pretty good. Then after that, Sam Darnold, who is now in Seattle. I think they're going to throw the ball less, but I think Sam Darnold still has a good amount of fantasy. He can pull some numbers here, especially in a best ball league here where you don't got to worry about starting him. Make your pick now and then talk to me about Sam Darnold and what you think.
I honestly think they're going to use Sam Darnold in more of a game manager role. I think McDonald in Seattle, he wants to play. They had a really good, a deceptively good defense last year. I think they're going to run more. I think we're going to see the best year out of Kenneth Walker. But bringing in Cooper Kupp is also a sign that, hey, we did bring in and who we probably feel is an upgrade over Geno Smith and Sam Darnold. And outside of playing in the last 2 games of the year, Sam Darnold played really good football last season. So I do think there's some pop here with Sam Darnold for a guy who finished in the top 10 fantasy points per game at his position. Getting him as the quarterback 26 off the board in best ball is my QE3. I'm more than happy with that.
Good. And you are now on the clock, good sir.
Mm-hmm.
We have 4 more picks left in this draft. Then we will read off our rosters. But Anthony's got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. I feel like that's an Anthony pick, which I don't hate, by the way.
My last 2 picks, tight ends. Gesicki and Ferguson, 2 very on-brand picks for me.
And that's now 3 tight ends for you. So you and I both have 3 tight ends, so which means you and I, in a best ball draft, you're not drafting another tight end, right?
Probably not. Yeah, definitely not. Well,
it's got to scream a certain something to you in terms of value.
Yeah,
for you to jump back into tight end. But I agree. Like, on the surface, I'm comfortable saying I'm not drafting another tight end. And by the way, you did start a tight end run of sorts because after you picked, again, you took Mike Gesicki with the second to last pick in the, where are we? In the 14th round, 15th round, I'm sorry. Then you went ahead and took Jake Ferguson in the 16th. And after that, Brenton Strange and Tyler Higbee followed. So a little bit of tight end run there.
I mean, and this is my vintage draft style, if you will. When I punt a position, you'll see me just take 2 or 3 back to back to back, and I did that. My first 9 picks were running backs and wide receivers. And then, all right, Kyler, take my first tight end, take another running back, and then I just bang out quarterback and tight end and fill those positions, because in best ball, I'm probably going to carry 3 if I'm waiting after the 10th round to grab them.
All right, so we are now headed towards the end of the 16th round. This is a best ball draft that is 20 rounds, so we don't have much longer to go. I will tell you guys, as a little plug, feel free to like and subscribe to this fine show. We're going to help you out all off season long. We're going to be doing these drafts literally all summer long. So join us for that. I will tell you, if you like and subscribe, you can be notified every time we go live when you hit the bell icon. And also fffaceoff.com for all of your fantasy football, NFL sports betting needs. In particular, if you're getting ready for the NFL draft, Zach Petra over on fffaceoff.com has got you covered with rookie profiles on so many players. It is so awesome. If you're somebody who says, hey, I don't pay attention to every single rookie, I don't pay attention to the incoming players, this is a way for you to help acclimate yourself to the players who are about to enter the league. Zach Petro's got you covered with a lot of rookie profiles, a lot of great content. fffaceoff.com. So there you go. ATL Mikey with a jab at I guess at Pete. All right, because Pete made that league. Pete's the commissioner. He says, "Is 37 rounds a lot for a startup dynasty league?" Fair question.
No. Yes and no. Yes and no.
Yes and no. I mean, I
like the deep drafts. Honestly.
I like it too. I do too.
ATL, what a fucking pick. I was looking at Chubb. That was a good snipe. Very good pick at 17.
Yeah, he's got to land somewhere.
Right? The rest of the draft was sleeping, including myself, to let Nick Chubb fall to 17.
Good job there, ATL. Kudos, buddy. There you go. Good. You were so busy trolling, you didn't even realize you made a jump of a pick. Well, it was Pete says. Pete responds to the 37 rounds, says, well, it was voted on, and ATL voted for that setup. So that's ATL, hard to back out of that one. I'm okay with 37 rounds, honestly. It seems like a lot when you're doing it. But no, I dig it. I'm not against it. All right, I am up for 2 picks. I'll shut my mouth and probably, maybe in a way. You know what? I'm taking one more quarterback. Let's get that. Right meow. There we go. There's one more. Let's take a rookie.
You love quarterbacks named Cam.
I do, apparently.
You really fucking do.
He's my favorite quarterback out of this draft class. So, yeah. You know what? Fuck you. All right. I got to pick a... where am I going here? I don't like this. It's going to run out. There we go.
All right. At least you didn't take my guy.
You're welcome, good sir.
Diami Brown. I'm rolling the dice here.
Yeah. Again, you're wearing the 18th round. I don't know how hard of a roll it is. But you're rolling the dice.
I think he could have maybe, a couple of spike weeks in him. And I am all about the Liam Cohen offense and what he did. What we saw him do really everywhere he's been. And now he gets a pretty good quarterback. Well, a pretty good quarterback and Trevor Lawrence. Maybe Trevor Lawrence gets re-unlocked, and a guy like Diami Brown as a wide receiver 3 possibly can get something going.
So I did take Cam Ward, by the way. Anthony mentioned my love for quarterbacks named Cam. That's not wrong. I loved Cam Newton as a player. Hate his opinions afterwards, after playing. But yeah, so he's my 3rd quarterback. I took Lamar Jackson I did end up with Matthew Stafford, whom Anthony cursed me out for later, and then Cam Ward again. Anthony, right now you have 3 quarterbacks as well, so you're done. You're Kyler Murray, Bryce Young, Sam Darnold, which we discussed earlier. Shedeur Sanders did come off the board, the pick after you. Anthony, just for shits and giggles, what is your favorite quarterback in this draft class? Oh, wow. I'm sorry. Are you bored, sir?
Jackson Dart or Shedeur Sanders. And you know how I am.
I like
when
Cam
people
Ward way more
are
than
out,
Shedeur.
when people are out on somebody, and it looks like
we might have a visitor on the show.
Shedeur Sanders gets a lot of shit for being arrogant. I'm going to buy into him.
All right. Well, I'm going to go get a drink. We might have a visitor. We might not. He looked smug when he entered the chat. We'll see. We have 2 picks left. I'm going to get a beverage. Anthony,
all right.
Talk to my people.
2 rounds left in this draft. I'm fairly happy with my team. I feel like I've been sniped a few times, but that's because this is one of my early drafts of the year, and I still don't know when to reach for certain players. Somebody like Justin Fields. I realized that, okay, like, his ADP, he's not going where his ADP is. Justin Fields' ADP is going to adjust probably closer to round. Take him round 9, round 10. And he's somebody I'm really high on this year. Now they're the New York Jets, and it looks like he's the de facto starter.
Well, joining us now in a sleeveless shirt, which means he officially means business, it's Mr. Pete Nova. So
he must have left his arms in the sleeves.
He must. It must. Looking at...
That's an old gym joke.
Do you go to the gym the next day and go to Lost and Found and say, "Have you seen my sleeves?" Is that a thing?
No, Pete's in good shape. He's just
no. I'm fucking with Pete. Pete's in good shape. Pete's in better shape than I'm in for sure.
When are you getting back to the gym?
I signed up. I just gotta start going. Don't worry about that. It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, we're good. Anyway,
I did legs today, actually.
What's that? Anything?
I did legs today.
Oh, good for you, buddy.
Yeah.
Did I miss anything good on the show?
I don't know. You were bitching about it the whole time. You tell me.
Well, you guys sat here for 20 minutes with your thumbs up your ass.
Well, we're used to underdog drafts.
Well,
why didn't you try fast draft?
We did do fast draft.
No,
he meant the
that. Well, maybe we should. That's
because we're gonna start doing those.
Yeah, you can mention that before we ride off. You can give that a good give that a good plug.
Can you do that in New York?
Yeah, actually.
I don't know. Can you?
I don't know. I have to check.
Jesus.
Right. Let me check.
What? Jesus, Anthony.
I can't believe this guy is still on the board. I'm not going to announce it this time. All right. Well, I actually like Tucker a lot, but I am going to take a fourth.
I didn't mean to pick the last 2 picks, but
Taysom Hill. And this is one of the only times I will take a 4th tight end because Taysom Hill, if he gets some run wherever he ends up, I think I'm assuming Taysom Hill goes to Denver, and you know what that could potentially bring in that offense with Payton. I also took him in our dynasty league.
So yes, you did. Anthony, let's do this. Let's read off again. This was a best ball draft. Anthony picked 11th. I picked 12th. Anthony, read off your team. I'll read off mine. And since Pete just jumped in, we'll see what Pete thinks of our teams. We'll let Pete critique. But go ahead, Anthony.
So I started out with Nico Collins.
Here we go.
Devin Achane, Chase Brown, Xavier Worthy, Chris Olave in round 5, Najee Harris, Ayuk in round 6, Travis Etienne in round. Is somebody messing with me with the screen?
I don't have control.
Travis
You're
Etienne,
the only one controlling your screen, man.
Christian Kirk, Kyler Murray.
You know, you can click on the team; it'll give you a better feel.
Well, I want the board up there for anybody who's watching.
Jesus.
Tucker Kraft, Jordan Mason, one of my favorite picks this year so far. Bryce Young, Sam Darnold, Gesicki, Ferguson, Kendre Miller, Diami Brown, Jordan Whittington, Taysom Hill.
Pete, your thoughts?
Let me take a look. Can you pull up the roster real quick?
Yeah, it keeps doing it for me.
Kyler, Bryce, Darnold. I happen to like ETN for where he's going right now. I mean, I took a chance on him in the Dynasty League, but this is a new coaching staff. So to me, like, there's no guarantee that Tank Bigsby will be the guy. I mean, we'll see who they like more. I love Nico. I happen to really like Christian Kirk too. I think he's better at this point in his career than Diggs was last year. And yeah, and I mean, they were both really. Diggs was good in that role. Tight end, yeah, I mean, it seems like you punted it, which I'm probably going to start doing more probably this year. I don't think I'm going to be spending. I feel like my view on the tight end role position is so different this year from last. Like, after like the first 3 guys, I don't really love anybody in the next like 5 picks. I don't even love Kittle. I feel like there's a regression coming for him too.
There is, but I feel like best ball, you kind of avoid that in a way, unless the draft cost is too high. Yeah, but whatever.
Yeah, I mean, but overall, yeah, I like the team. All right. I don't hate it.
All right, so I'll read mine off now. My quarterbacks are Lamar Jackson, Matthew Stafford, Cam Ward. My running backs are Derrick Henry, Alvin Kamara, Tyrone Tracy, Ramondre Stevenson, and Kareem Hunt. Wide receivers, A.J. Brown, Devontae Adams, Chris Godwin, Darnell Mooney, Old Man Adam Thielen, Andre Evios, and
Iosivas.
Whatever. It's all the same. He's not going to get targeted a lot. Kayshon Boutte, Gabe Davis, and Trey Tucker, which, by the way, those last 2 wide receivers were not my picks. That was just kind of a
I like Trey Tucker.
Snafu. I don't mind Trey Tucker, just it wasn't my plan. And then my tight ends, I did go Travis Kelce, Dallas Goedert, and Cole Kmet. I think Dallas Goedert will be the more consistent of the 3, in my opinion, at this stage of Kelce's career, but I do like all 3 in terms of best ball. So, Pete, your thoughts?
Pull it up again so I could just read it.
Boom, roasted. Anthony, can you click on my team?
I can click on, can I? Oh, yeah, here we go.
There you go.
Lamar, Stafford, Ward. Some risk at running back, but that's fine. I like AJ Brown. I think he's going to be a good value this year. Pick 13 is higher than I expected, but his ADP is sitting at 17 and at 0.9, which I think is really good value. I don't mind.
Yeah, it was one of those. He wasn't coming back.
Yeah, I don't mind paying up for him. I happen to like Devontae Adams. I think we should do a segment on him and Deebo Samuel. Me and Anthony have a pizza bet on that. I think Adams is going to have a better year. Godwin, not concerned about the ankle. Mooney, good flyer. Adam Thielen's good for a couple 17-point games. So that's cool. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good team. Again, same with tight end here. I mean, Cole Kmet's honestly, with the way you drafted your tight ends, I would rather just have Cole Kmet be my tight end 1 and take a guy behind him. Because I don't really love Kelce and I don't love Goddard, but yeah, I think it's good. It's so hard to tell right now. I mean, my brain is not wired to get a feel right now until I start doing the drafts like you guys. So,
I think there's a chance they're saying Goddard. I mean, the draft didn't even happen yet. He could still be traded. They're looking for a 4th round pick.
I think he's a good chance he will.
Our resident troll is just saying, can you please pull up his team so Pete can rate it?
I don't think he wanted me to rate it, but
I already.
You have to.
I already killed the board.
Oh, what a dick!
By the way, Jerry's in here. Jerry's in our fantasy baseball league, by the way.
What up, Jerry? How you doing, buddy? All right. Do you want me to? I'll read off ATL's team.
Do you have it in front of you? Because I'll pull it back up.
No, I have it. His quarterbacks are Bo Nix, Jordan Love, and Anthony Richardson. Those are his quarterbacks. Running backs: Bucky Irving, Aaron Jones, Cam Scattaboo, Jerome Ford, Braylon Allen, Nick Chubb. Wide receivers: Puka Nakua, Jackson Smith-Njigba, Jameson Williams, Josh Downs, Xavier Legette, Jalen Tolbert, Nick Westbrook, Akine, and Mac Hollins. And tight ends, he's got 3 as well: Sam Laporta, Isaiah Likely, and Mr. Dalton Schultz.
I mean, I hate that I like it because
What do you think?
ATL.
Oh, wow. You guys are on that thing. Oh, wow.
No, I like it. I mean,
Hear that, ATL?
he hit me in the
Good.
soft spot with Bo Nix, but no, I mean, I think it's I like his wide receivers a lot. I was out on Jameson Williams. I'm definitely buying in on him this year. I happen to like him a lot too. So I like his wide receivers. I'm not really a big fan of Nick Chubb. I know Anthony loves Nick Chubb and thinks he could be a good landing spot somewhere, but
Could be.
I just worry about the age, and I don't think he's ever going to be the same.
That's fair.
Yeah.
All right.
But
Anthony, what? What do you got?
No. I was just gonna plug Fast Draft and
Yeah, actually, yeah, do that. Good idea.
yeah.
Get
So
get it and then we'll head out.
yeah, why don't I why don't I pull up the Fast Draft website real quick? Just so that you can see the
Do
interface.
we have that?
What do you say?
No, I was gonna play the jumping music to mock you, but it's okay.
Either way, we're me and Anthony and Hoff as well. Unfortunately, it's not available in New York. Are going to start drafting on Fast Draft. You can use promo code Nova. That'll probably be me and Anthony will probably share that promo code and just use that together. And you can probably do it with me, Hoff, as well. But realistically, the thing about Fast Draft is it's much cleaner of an app compared to Underdog, in my opinion. If you go take a look at it, I think the cool thing that I appreciate about it is they have a lot of different things that Underdog doesn't provide. They show you the tournament rostership like in the draft room while you're drafting. So you can get a feel for grabbing like lesser owned players a few spots down on the board based on their ADP. You could also get it's just more clean and slick. I just, to me, the drafts are faster. That's why it's called Fast Draft. I mean, you can pretty much draft your teams in like 5 minutes. These rooms are really quick. It's a clean, smooth interface. You're able to look at your teams way easier. Underdog changed a lot of stuff where now you don't have a chance to they moved all their stuff around for where you're looking at with tournaments, rostership, with player. They changed their interface, and I just, to me, I think Fast Draft has a cleaner interface. So we're going to start using that as well as all these other, best ball sites. But that's one that's going to be fun. And they have different types of strategies. They even have an IDP one, which I'm really excited to get into. Anybody that knows me, I love defense. And honestly, the IDP is a big draw to me. You draft 6 defensive players and it's fun. And I'll say about Fast Draft too,
you can set bonuses on players, right? Like you can choose
bonuses. Yeah, different bonuses, different types of games they have.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun, and the drafts are quick. You can get in, get out, and I mean, there's different rookie only tournaments, so you can do rookie drafts specifically where you don't do anything else. They even have it where you can. It's a lot of fun. They're also no rake, which is a big draw too. So they don't take any rake from the actual game itself, which if you're not familiar with rake, it's pretty much the VIG, like sports betting, where that's how much they take. They don't take any of it. So it's a lot of fun. We're going to start doing a little more of that, and you can use promo code NOVA, NOVA, if you want to give it a shot. It'll match your deposit bonus and also help support us as well. And that's about it.
But all right, so that'll do it for today's show. Again, that was a started off slow, but we broke late. Nice little best ball draft. So until next time, stay thirsty, Be kind to one another. We'll catch you guys on the flip side. Cheers.